¿Qué es lo Kentucky?
¿Qué lo que?
No, ¿cómo tú respondes cuando te dicen que es lo Kentucky?
Así mismo como yo te estoy
No es fried chicken. Cuando a ti te dicen que es lo Kentucky, tú dices fried chicken.
No, o
¿Y
yo
por
digo,
qué no?
que lo gua.
¿Qué lo guá? Ok. ¿Qué es lo Kentucky?
Que lo gua.
¿Qué lo guá?
Que
Ahora,
lo que.
¿qué lo que? ¿Tú quieres hacer la entrevista en inglés o español?
Como tú quieras.
Ok.
Spanglish.
Spanglish? Okay. So, Mariella.
No sería ese en inglés. Mariella.
Marielle.
Mariella.
Okay, Marielle. So, you want to do the English or Spanish? You have to tell me.
Whatever you want.
Okay. So, where were you born?
I was born in Santo Domingo.
So, where do you live now?
I live in Paris. It's been
Paris?
almost 8 years I've been living in Paris.
Paris, France. So, what's the difference between Dominican Republic and Paris, France?
That we know how to live.
That you know who knows how to live? Which
The
one?
Dominicans know how to live. No, mentira. No, the difference between Paris and the Dominican Republic, the people are very different. The culture is very different. The food's very different. The way of living, as I said, is very different. It's just a different culture, completely different culture.
So which do you prefer? The Dominican culture or the French culture?
I'm always going to prefer my culture. The only reason that I'm living there is because what I work in, which is in the fashion industry, here it's not as developed.
It's not prominent. So
Exacto.
it's basically the career opportunity.
Exacto. If I were here in the Dominican Republic, I would have to like do my thing on my own, and I prefer working for other big brands and just more developed things, let's say.
Got you. So you've been to the United States, right?
Yeah, of course.
What about the United States?
I love the U.S. I love New York, but I changed New York for Paris because New York is too crazy. And I wanted to like establish myself and like have let's say like the best of both worlds. So the in between the Dominican Republic and New York for me was Paris. Because it's like chill, but at the same time it's like a fast pace and the fashion industry and all that.
Okay. What the sort of living conditions in France is better than
In New York?
New York?
See, the living conditions and also the job opportunities, and also it's more safe to me. It's more safe.
It's safer, okay.
And not only that, but the Europeans have a saying that is la joie de vivre, which means that it's a joy of life. So they enjoy life. In New York, you live to work, and I don't want to live to work.
Okay.
I want to enjoy my life too.
Okay.
Which I do.
All right. So what are the negative things about France to you? There has to be, right?
Of course.
Pros and cons, right?
The people are not as I'm not going to say that it's a bad thing, but the people are not as friendly as we are as a culture.
Okay.
It's very difficult to establish like long-term relationships and to have like really solid friendships like I have here in the Dominican Republic. Also, they're very distant. They don't really trust people that much. The servings of food are not like in the Dominican Republic either.
Oh,
They're
yeah, of
very
course.
small.
It has to be different. It has to be different.
It's very small.
Croissants? You eat a lot of croissants?
Not really.
No?
Un mal día. But I don't really eat.
You know what I heard about in the French culture that the French woman is very exemplary, right? They're a great example of feminism or femininity. No? Would you say no? I heard that
We're
before.
more feminine. Dominican women are more feminine than French women.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
We as Dominican women, we love changing ourselves. We love putting makeup on. We love embracing our beauty, wearing tight dresses, showing our body.
Correct.
The French woman only wears red lipstick and like mascara, and they just go out their day with like, besides, they don't look ugly, but they don't really fix themselves as much. as we do in the Latin American culture.
Okay.
But they're beautiful, and that's why
Right.
they don't really need that much.
So you're saying Dominican women are
No,
beautiful?
we're beautiful too.
Of course, no. Dominican women are beautiful.
We're banging, but
Yeah, banging, yeah. Of all colors.
exactly.
Of all, yeah, exactly.
But the French beauty is something else. It's just
Okay.
like these girls are just like they wake up and it's like, you know, like I don't know. It's so weird because
Okay.
seriously they're really really beautiful too.
Right, right. And I know with the fashion, they up on the fashion, the fashion tip.
But there's women that do like the whole fashion scene, but then there's others who are just fine with just wearing a t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers and a
Right.
blazer,
And they look good.
and they look good.
But in Dior, I feel like it's that too. When a woman's very like simplistic, simple,
It's
natural,
good
and they could look very good. And
too. I think it depends on the person and their style.
right, definitely, and what fits you
Claro.
better. Okay, okay.
I
okay.
cannot do that.
Cannot do that.
I can't do it because I love being like over the top all the time. So I'm like more is more.
Right.
I don't go for the simple kind of life. Did you see the sunglasses? They're huge.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. So you being right, the obvious, right? You a melanated woman, right? So how was it? What was your experience in France as a woman of color? They would say, right?
Well, racism does exist everywhere in the world.
Okay.
And I have experienced racism in France, specifically working within the fashion industry. And I talk about this a lot because it was in a very big fashion brand that this happened. I do work with other black people, of course. And one time my manager working at this brand basically told me, kept saying the same name repeatedly of somebody else, basically like saying like all black women are the same or look the same.
Right.
And at another occasion as well, I had like a belt here, and he was telling me, he was asking me if I was going to a market, basically saying that only black people go to markets and like carry things on your arm. But the other thing is that I consider that having the notion of what is racism, can you only identify like a racist attack? Because of course I have known what racism is because I study it a lot.
Okay.
But I never went through it in the Dominican Republic like a strong attack like that. Because here people say negra like to me as a compliment.
Correct.
And like as love. Because my father, for example, used to call my mom negra.
Right.
And that for me is un halago. You're telling me something nice, you know?
Right. People admire. In Dominican Republic, would you say that people of darker complexion are admired, or that?
No, we're just treated as equal.
Right.
You know, here we don't see color, we don't see social status, we
Right.
don't see any of that. I was brought up by a family where there's a lot of white people, there's black people, there's mixed people, there's green eyes, blue eyes, and that doesn't mean that we have to discriminate against each other. So, and I love my color and I embrace it as a black Dominican woman. I always say I'm proud to be Dominican and black, because also people don't understand that we have so many shades in the Dominican Republic.
Correct.
And we have to, of course, bring awareness to people and make them understand that there's everything here.
Okay. Do you believe in DR and Dominican Republic? There's racism.
Of course.
Yeah. You think?
There's racism, there's classism, there's homophobia, transphobia, there's everything here. There's everything here.
Oh, this is a good topic. Oh no, we could get started. Because I heard you having a conversation with a family member, and you spoke on what is it? A movement called #Don't Come to DR.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
So there is a thing that happened. What was it? Like 2 weeks ago, I think.
Right.
There's a law that is now being established in the Dominican Republic where discrimination against LGBTQ and I or something like that is allowed. So why do you want people visiting a country where there's discrimination allowed?
Okay.
So I wouldn't tell anybody to come to my country,
Right.
any person, gay, queer, trans, to come to my country to receive attacks, to not feel safe.
Alright.
That's not my country, by the way.
Now let me tell you this. I don't. This is the reason why I really want to do the interview, because I know we're gonna have different opinions on it.
Okay.
I believe that because it's a hate crime. It's called a hate crime, right? So let's say an example. I look at you and let's say I attack you, right? I should go to prison, right? I should get in trouble if I
Yeah, of
attack you,
course.
correct?
Of course.
So now, the reason why I did it shouldn't matter. The fact that I didn't, the fact that I did the act is what matters, and I should get in trouble for the act,
Yeah, of course.
not the reason behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what they were basically saying, because there's a thing going on in the U.S. where it's almost like they're favoring certain groups. So let's say if there's a guy I don't like and I punch him in the face, right? But he happens to be gay, I'm gonna get in extra trouble
Because of that. Yeah.
because of that. So I don't care because I didn't punch you in the face because you're gay. I punched you in the face because I don't like you as a person. But then others are gonna look at it like, oh no, he punched him in the face because he was gay or because he was black. Like, no, that's not why.
It'll be all of the above always, because people don't
Right.
either.
So do you see where it gets mixy or no?
Yeah, of course, I do.
Okay.
But still, you shouldn't. Discrimination has to stop in all grounds. Racism.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
All of that. Respect. We're all human beings. We all deserve respect. So, if I know that somebody's gonna be mistreated in a place, I would recommend them not to come.
Okay.
Even if I love my country, because I love it. But that I don't agree with.
Yeah. If you think, but this is my thing. We're here at a resort, right? Look, we're at the resort. In this resort, I've seen a bunch of gay people, and I got no problem with it. I see them. Okay.
But probably
That's none of my business.
You don't have a problem, but there's other people that do. Why don't you have a problem? Because you don't live here. Because you are an open-minded person. Because the people at the Senate in the Dominican Republic, unfortunately, are all white men of like 50 or more who have no idea about life.
Okay.
And who can be either bisexual or gay themselves, and they're so scared to say the truth that they're still married to the woman of like 30 years and still cheating on them
with a man.
For years.
With a man?
Well, it could be with a man or with other women.
So do you know men like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of closeted people in the Dominican Republic.
Wow. And you think because it's not socially accepted here?
Yep, that's why they're doing all that.
Okay, got you.
But around the world, there's laws already stated for gays to get married. Like, we are a third world country. This is not going to change now, and I understand it. But we need to stop bullshitting the world. Like, saying that we're the best and whatever. We're not the best. Dominicans right now are the worst when they're stating that you can be discriminated because of your sexual preference.
Okay.